So in order to get the prolific parent ending, you need to have certain values to be very high compared to all of the other values for like botanist or governor or whatever. So I'm going to teach you guys how to change that. So you want to go to load and go to open save game folder and navigate to save games, and you can go to whatever your save file is. I'm going to go into this one. Now we're going to press Ctrl F and type in babysitting. And so the editor I'm using is VS Code, but you can use text editor or any other editor. All you need to do is search up babysitting, and when you look at this says work_babysitting, and this value previously used to be like 20 or so for me, so you need to make sure you set this value very high. So I set it to 140, but you can set it to like 140 is usually going to be high enough, but otherwise you can, if you get a different job ending, then you can set it to an even higher value like 150. And so now you want to make sure you save this so that your changes are there. And when you actually play the game now, it'll load in those parameters and you'll be able to get the prolific parent ending, hopefully. Now let's just load this for now. And another thing is that you can activate dev mode by pressing the tilde key. So it's the squiggly line on the top left of your keyboard. And so when you press that, you can enable debug mode. And once debug mode is enabled, you can basically change your values up and down here. I don't know why, but debug mode itself is kind of buggy. So if I want to increase this, usually you have to click on it, and it's not working. Even if I press shift and click, it's not working. I don't know what's up with that, but yes, debug mode is pretty glitchy. Like if you try to increment the year or decrement the year, so I pressed shift and then clicked this, and that will decrement the year. Otherwise, if I just do a regular click, it'll increment the year. But I would not recommend incrementing or decrementing the years or months because it gets very, very glitchy. Also for this, you can press shift and click, and usually that will decrease the values. And then if you just click it, it increases the values. And so you can change a couple of other things like rebellion and stress. So if you press shift and click, you can change these values. I do recommend just changing all of these stats to the max value, and then changing all of the friendship levels to 100, and then also changing to the stretch to a lower level as well. But yeah, debug mode itself is very glitchy. Like I did try to get Cal's ending by putting his hearts to 100, but I still followed the guide and everything, and I was not able to get him to not end up with Tammy. But yeah, just to let you guys know, debug mode is pretty helpful, but it is also really buggy itself, so I wouldn't rely on it too heavily.